Hey everybody, sorry if it's a little wind noise on this camera, but she seems to be a bit blustery today. This here was a little video I was going to do on an apple ladder that I built. If I can get back and get the shot of the whole apple ladder in there. You'll see as many styles of apple ladders as people who build apple ladders. Now, in Nova Scotia, we always use the traditional pointed ladder. No tripod legs off it, just the traditional pointed ladder. But most trees today aren't big, tall, standard trees that can withstand a 20 or 25 foot ladder put up into them. Now, my girlfriend, she laughed. She said, what are you doing? I said, I was thinking of building an apple ladder. Well, if you guys seen any of the other videos I had, most of my trees are only about as high as my knee. So she kind of laughed. She says, it's probably going to be a bit before you need a ladder. But actually this, if you'd noticed on my website, I work at Ross Farm Museum, and we have some bigger trees in our orchard. And in our orchard, I have a 17 or an 18 foot ladder out there, and it's a heavy devil. So I thought, instead of lugging around a great big ladder all the time, I'd make a smaller, lighter one and only use the big one where I had to. Instead of having to lug that big ladder around to do all the small bits, I'll only use the big ladder when I have to. Now, I do believe in the tripod system, that it's a lot easier on your trees if you don't have a tree or a ladder rammed up the tree all the time. So I built a tripod. Now, if you see this ladder, the two side rungs are one tree that's been taken and just split. And I use that for the two sides. Now that's made out of a piece of red spruce, which is a tough softwood around here, but it dries out nice and light. The top Y part, or the tripod leg part, is actually the top of the same tree that I took and I split. If you noticed, I brought it down and bolted it together. I split it up. I put one leg bracer in here to help hold this apart, and then took and made two. I'll just climb up the ladder here a little bit. I made two loops that connect to that rung, and that helps give the ladder a little side-to-side stability on that leg. The other thing that I did, I wanted my ladder nice and sturdy, so I made it quite wide across the base here. But once I made it wide across the base, the rungs were pretty weak when you stepped in the middle. So I took another cross brace. I had seen this on a couple of ladders, and those are that's a split piece with holes drilled in it, and then I put it through either side of the rung, and then if you see there, I bolted it tight. And it's bolted, and then you go down through there and it's bolted through again. So when you tramp on one of these rungs, it's actually pulling on all four of them. So it really stiffens up and makes the ladder much stronger. But what that allows you to do, it allows you to widen out the base so your bottom rungs are quite wide, and it seems to be a much more stable type ladder. The ends of the rungs are 7/8 holes, and all I do is I drill the hole, and then as I'm shaving the rungs, these rungs are made out of white ash, which is it's a good, flexible, strong wood around here in Nova Scotia. I took and pre-drilled a hole and nailed a nail straight through the rung, and then bent it over and clinched it on the other side and clinched it in tight. So that'll keep the ladder from spreading apart. And what else should I say? It's 14 feet. The only thing I'd do different, if I done it again, is the top foot or two above where that tripod leg hits, I really don't think has much use to it. The only use it really is gonna have is if I fold the tripod leg in and I want to lean it in against a tree somewhere, and then I can use that top section. So if I did it again, I'd probably take a 1.5 foot off the top of that ladder. Bring it in a little quicker and a little tighter, and it wouldn't really need it. Because you don't walk up, well, I wouldn't put my feet where that cross bracer is, probably the one below it, but that's as far as I'm going to walk up it. So, not to get too long-winded, there's an apple ladder. Been wanting to build an apple ladder for a lot of years. Probably next summer I might give it a coat of like turpentine and pine tar mixed or something like that, just as an all-weather preservative. Kind of old-fashioned and natural, but that's probably all I'll do to it. The ladder is not stored outdoors. When it's done, I hang it up inside the basement, so it should last for quite a long time. Have a great one, everybody.